this Last Dance documentary has been your last dance and LeBron's last dance on your GOAT debate that you try to make so pathetically every day on this show. And now you say somebody's scurrying out from under the woodpile. Dennis Rodman was not just a good, he was a great defender. And I want the kids out there in our viewer land to look beneath the wild hair colors that you're seeing on Last Dance, and beneath the nose rings and the nail polish and all the stories about Madonna and Carmen Electra. Dennis Rodman was rare. He was special in ways I've never seen anybody be special. And when he says he could shut down LeBron, I believe he would make life miserable for LeBron at his defensive peak. And I'm talking about with the bad boy Pistons. Yes, he would have caused huge problems for LeBron James. The reason being, at 6'8", I'd never seen anybody stronger at 6'8", just naturally gifted stronger, who played any stronger than Rodman did at 6'8", which is about an inch shorter, only an inch shorter than LeBron. And Dennis Rodman at 6'8" had extremely high basketball IQ, on par with LeBron's, except Dennis's was defensive and rebounding IQ. He was sly, smart in ways I'd never seen before a defensive rebounding player be. He was a below-the-rim rebounder. He was not an explosive leaper, but he was very quick on his feet, and he always beat you to the spot on defense and under the basket for the carom, for how the ball was going to bounce. So when he says that LeBron's game is simple, he's right. Because let's be honest about this. LeBron didn't have that cat quickness that Michael Jordan had. Michael could separate. He could just shake and bake you and separate from you in a flash. And LeBron has never had that. And he said he has only one move. Well, what have I always said about LeBron? Greatest attacker of the basket I've ever seen. But it's very simple because it's just straight head, straight line explosion. He's not going to fake you off your feet. He's not going to, so to speak, make you miss. He's not going to blow by you because you're fooled. He's just going to freight train past you and beat you with strength and then skill at the basket, because LeBron is ambidextrous, left or right-handed at the basket, and has great touch at the basket. What LeBron is in the main is he's an all-time great passer, but he is an average at best jump shooter, mostly below average given his superstardom. And he's a lousy free throw shooter, and Dennis would lock right in on that because Dennis studied, Dennis researched. And what you forget, Dennis played with a nasty edge unlike we see anybody play defense today. He was the all-time greatest irritant, distractor, the crown prince pest that we've ever had in the history of this game. And once he got under your skin, he would snatch your poise, he would snatch your wits, and ultimately he would snatch your heart right out of your body. And that's what would start happening to LeBron if Dennis guarded him. And I made the case to you, Shannon. We were talking about Shaq, Kobe, Lakers versus the 98 Bulls. And I told you, well, on defense, the Bulls would just put one of their 7-footers, Luke Longley, Bill Winnington, at the rim, and then they would put Rodman on Shaq. And he would bother Shaq because he's way stronger than you think he is, and he's going to get his hands on the ball. He is different as a defender in ways that I've never seen before. So he would plague LeBron James because he would match him in physicality, and he would basically say, you can't beat me jump shooting, so I'm going to make you drive it on me, and then I'm going to match you at the rim in IQ and in strength. I'll be right there with you step for step. And it would frustrate LeBron, and it would ultimately drive him right over the edge. So yes, Dennis Rodman is not just spouting off. He's not just trying to recapture another 15 minutes of fame. He's flat out telling you time out. You have told me repeatedly on this show, Ryan Fitzpatrick is an every other year wonder. That just when you come to trust him, to depend on him, to expect that what he did last year, he'll do next year, you're in trouble. You're always disappointed by Ryan Fitzpatrick. So he did play pretty to very well last year. Yeah, he beat the Eagles late in the year. He went up to Foxborough, and he beat Belichick's defense with a last-ditch late-game drive. Yep, he did.
He beat Tom Brady.
Did. He drove.
He beat Tom Brady. Yes, he
80 yards in 13 plays with 2 minutes left to beat the vaunted Belichick's overrated and exposed defense. That's what Ryan Fitzpatrick did to knock Tom Brady out of the 2 seed after he did what he always did, which was another fourth-quarter game-winning drive that got canceled by Belichick's overrated defense. But the point is, Tua is in the perfect spot with a much better team and roster than Joe Burrow has in Cincinnati to start from the start. I don't get it. If he's what you say he is, both health-wise and ability-wise, a lot of people say, oh, he's special. He's freakishly, he can do lightning release, deadly accurate, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying, no, I'm not buying, I'm not seeing, and I'm not trusting health. So I think I'm getting validated if he doesn't start game 1. And I think you're getting sunk if he doesn't stay game 1 because you're going to hear about it from me.
Skip, it's not like the cupboard is bare in Cincinnati. You know, they do have A.J. Green. They do have Tyler Boyd. Joe Mixon ran for 1,000 yards last year. So it's not like the cupboard is bare when it comes to offensive weapons. They have some. Now, they need to fill out that offensive line, and we don't know what they're going to be like defensively. But, Skip, you are in – look, I get it. You know, you want to see Tua start and all that. You want to see him struggle. But it's not going to happen. They're going to bring him along nice and slow, and over the next 10 years, I will prove to be right because my guy will be better than your guy. I don't even know who your guy is, but I'm assuming it's Joe Burrow. But I just want to know one thing. Why do you do this? When Peyton Manning and Tom Brady used to go head-to-head and Manning would lose, they would say Brady beat Manning. They never said Brady beat Tony Dungy's defense. Now, when quarterbacks beat Tom Brady, they beat Belichick's defense. Why is that?
So I must tell you, my microphone just fell off, so I'm going to have to hold it here.
Good.
And Ernestine does such a great job of miking me up in the morning and running my camera. She's downstairs right now because she's turned into this sort of compulsive cooker cleaner, which it's just the age, the time that we're in. But she'll be up here in just a moment to fix my microphone. But at least it gives me a chance to point out that once again on Friday, I'm wearing GOAT on GOAT. So you can see my microphone, but you can also see my Lil Wayne necklace, GOAT, on Jumpman logo, GOAT. And that's all you need to know as we head towards Sunday night and we get to see the true GOAT in action in episodes 5 and 6. So again, to sum this up, Burrow will be better than Tua, and Burrow will do what should have happened to Tua. He will start from game 1. And I think you are afraid of Tua's health, and I think you're also afraid of his ability.
Oh, I'm definitely not afraid of his ability. I'm not afraid of his health, and I believe that he gonna probably miss the first couple of games because Fitzpatrick's going to be in there, and he'll probably stink it up, and then Tua will come in there and light it up and be Rookie of the Year. Ta-da, and there you have it.
All right, we're not done yet, guys. Did LeBron just respond in his way to the Last Dance?
If I could snap my fingers right now and have Cam Newton as my backup quarterback going into the season, yes, thank you, God, I'll take it. Now, how you would pay Cam, would he take $1.1 million to play for Dallas? I doubt it, but who knows? Maybe it'd be his best shot. I don't know. But if Cam thought he had a chance to actually get to play some next year for America's team, maybe. I'll say this for Dak. He's got such strong football character, such a football backbone to him. He seems so confident in himself. He wouldn't be threatened by Cam Newton as his backup the way, let's say, there's been speculation about Cam going to the Rams, I think Jared Goff would be threatened by Cam Newton. I think he might crumble a little bit under the pressure of having Cam Newton, former MVP, looking over his shoulder pads. But Dak, no, he would be just fine. And I would be just fine with the all-time former MVP insurance policy of Dak Prescott of Cam Newton as my backup to Dak. Again, I think this negotiation has gone completely south and is going nowhere slowly. So I'm hoping that they would land him as a backup quarterback, even over Andy Dalton, who might be a better long-term fit, obviously, as a backup quarterback.
Skip, here's the thing, though. Cam, you want to play football? All we have is $1 million, $1.1 million. You can either play for $1.1 million or you can go home and make nothing. Now, let me tell you what happened, Skip.
Okay.
The quickest thing I realized, Skip, after I was out of work for a couple of years,